Temple Talk. With Marissa Giletto, Leanna Daywalt, and Luke Fry. Today on the show, the Voices' Audra McLaughlin hangs out in studio, and Luke talks to Temple alum and today's show host, Tamron Hall. From Studio One at Temple University, give it up!
Temple Talk. It's our first episode of 2015. It seems like it's been a long time. How's our announcer doing over there, Charlotte? How was your break?
Hey guys, I'm good. You know, winter break was great and everything, but you know, I'm ready for spring break and that warm weather. How about you guys?
Yes.
I know.
Yes,
It's been so cold here. How have you guys been trekking through to class?
I don't. No, I'm kidding. I go to class. I promise. Mom, I go to class.
It's been a complete Arctic tundra. Like your hair, trying to do your hair, there's no point. So.
No, not at all. That's why you curl in bed. You get Netflix. I recommend Grey's Anatomy or Gossip Girl if you haven't done Gossip Girl yet.
You have to go to class at some point. I mean, I know it's
I
hard.
go.
It's hard to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, very hard.
But
you
know.
Gotta do it, I guess.
All right, well, we are going to start off our topics here. There have been several shakeups in television lately, from David Letterman to Jon Stewart. However, one hits home here to Temple University. NBC's Nightly News' Brian Williams has been suspended for 6 months after his recent recipient of the Lou Klein Excellence in Media Award here at Temple.
Yes.
So what do you guys think about this whole Brian Williams scandal?
I am very disappointed. I think that he has so much to live up to, and he does such hard news, and it's hard to, you know, you have so many people looking at you, and it's sad because everyone deserves a second chance, but I just don't, this isn't the field that you get that second chance as much as you should, and I know all of us as students in that industry, it does hit home, even if he wasn't affiliated with Temple.
It really does. I remember when he was here, did you guys go see him when he came to talk to us
I was
here?
in class.
Yeah, I had to go for
Yeah, I
class,
went.
so it kind of worked out. But I just remember sitting in the audience and being so, like, almost, not in awe, but I felt really cool because he had told us he made it even though he didn't go to school for this. This wasn't even his major, and he made it, and I thought that was really cool, and it really inspired me. And then for this to happen, it's just a bummer almost, you know what I mean? So.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
Bummer,
I was
that's the perfect
very
word.
intrigued watching him speak and all of his stories he had, and
A lot of stories.
Yeah, and I believe he talked about Iraq while he was here, and he talked about other just amazing things that have happened in his career. So it's kind of disappointing
That's
hearing
where
this.
people are talking is, okay, well, when do we believe him? That kind of thing, and that's what's hurting him, and it's so sad to watch because he did so well for so many years, and it's so sad to watch.
He's on a billboard on Cecil underneath a couple other NBC 10 things. Now I know it's an old billboard, but now how does Temple handle it? Especially because everything that happened with Bill Cosby, Temple kind of distanced themselves from him. Now they're not going to take his Lou Klein away. Yeah. But do they put up a picture of him outside in the hallways here in Annenberg, or no? It's just a tough spot for everybody, I feel like. Him especially.
Yeah, it's very touchy. And I saw also his daughter came out and obviously supported him. I love Allison Williams off Girls on HBO. And she obviously came out and said, you know, he's an awesome guy. And I'd like to believe that and think he is truly a nice, genuine person. And I'm sure he is, but I don't know exactly what happened that he ended up saying this on camera about his war coverage.
And now she's postponing her wedding. I don't know why. I saw it was because of it, but I guess just all the hype and everything. But yeah, she said she was postponing it due to this issue. So just another thing,
Yikes.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, well, transitioning from television to movies, the three of us were able to attend an advanced screening of the Duff, D-U-F-F, and it was a film mostly about high school students, so I was not sure that I was going to like it. But we all ended up liking it, I think.
Loved it.
Oh, I felt the exact same way. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel going in, but why not? Let's go. We got the opportunity, so we went and saw it. Yeah. It ended up being, it followed around a high school girl. She was a senior and kind of the outcast a little bit, but she was best friends with two of the hottest girls in the school. She ended up finding out from this handsome young man that you're seeing here that she was the Duff, designated ugly fat friend, which is an awful thing. Yikes. But it ended up having an awesome turn to it, and It reminded me a lot of Mean Girls.
Yes.
Which obviously I loved. Who didn't love Mean Girls? And it was a good story. It ended up being great, and it wasn't corny.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Everybody was really, they had a lot of chemistry.
Yes.
A lot of chemistry.
Yeah, it was fun. I think I was laughing the entire time. It was so funny.
We almost cried at the end.
Oh, yeah. I was
all of
got
us
out of my
almost
seat. It was really good. And I mean, everyone relates to it. I mean, I was only in high school 2 years ago, but like, it makes you think back and like have flashbacks of that time. And I think we've all been there one way or another. Like,
Completely.
everyone related to it.
Yeah, and even being college kids, ourselves, I enjoyed it, and it was actually a good movie. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a chick flick. Like, I don't want to go see this, but we ended up actually like loving it and almost crying at the end.
Everyone go see it. Now, going from TV to movies, like you said, the Academy Awards were on this last week.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that's my favorite award show ever. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I think Neil Patrick Harris did an amazing job in his opening.
Yes, awesome job by NPH.
Yeah.
That's what I call him. I call him NPH.
NPH, yeah.
We're on that.
Yeah,
We're on
you guys
that.
are on that
I'm on that
term.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I liked his opening. I think it was a hard act to follow Ellen last year, but I think he did a great job. I know you said you loved him and you're a huge fan of him.
Yeah,
so.
I love it. I love Neil Patrick Harris, mostly because of his role from How I Met Your Mother, one of my favorite shows. But he looked good and he looked dapper, I must say, on the red carpet. Him
Yes, he did.
and
All
his hubby.
his blazers he changed into. He had like a red one, a blue one, a black one. And
I mean, he's NPH. He can do it.
well, yeah, obviously. Although a few of his jokes, I would say, I saw a ranking online, ranking of his jokes like from best to worst. And I don't know if you guys saw, he had a joke about Oprah, and they showed Oprah, and she was not very happy about it,
right?
and she just didn't laugh, and I don't know. So he's not really a comedy guy in my eyes. He's more of like a musical Broadway guy.
That's why the opening I thought was so good.
Yeah, exactly. And he's hosted the Tonys, he's hosted the Emmys. So, I mean, it was kind of his time for the Oscars.
Right. He had to do it. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next in line. All right, well, I don't know about you two. I do love the Oscars. But my favorite part is, without a doubt, the red carpet.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to give you guys a little treat out there and go a little fashion police on you.
Oh, yeah.
Each of us picked our favorite from the red carpet. So I'll start things off.
All
Good
right.
with you guys? All right. So who I picked was the beautiful Jenna Dewan Tatum. Looking
very nice.
gorgeous in her winter white. She was wearing Zuhair Murad. She's just gorgeous, and they're a perfect couple. Channing does not look half bad in that shot either.
And their new parents,
Not half bad. All right, my choice was the lovely Anna Kendrick. I love this dress on her. It's like a coral color. She looks awesome in it. And it was made by Takun. And it also had some like diamond neck piece to it. I just think she looked amazing in that.
I like that
walking
color
down the
on
runway.
her.
Yeah, the
I do
color
have
was
to
really
say.
good. I just know that Khloe Kardashian had the exact opposite thought of you on that one.
Really?
She thought she looked like she was ready for the prom.
That was my thought too.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I wasn't wowed by anyone on the carpet.
Exactly. Actually,
Except for-
that's a good transition
Except
into
for
my
drum
girl.
roll.
My pick for the night was Elle Woods. Just kidding. Reese Witherspoon. She was in Tom Ford, and yeah, there it is right there. And I thought it was white until Leanna told me that it was actually ice blue. Is that what you said Tom Ford said?
Tom Ford's
Yes.
official Instagram said it
Yeah.
was black with ice blue.
Right,
Which
so-
you could see tones of it,
Yeah,
definitely.
now that you said that, I was like, oh, that's blue. Why did I think it was white this whole time? But yeah, I just loved it from hair, makeup. She looked like Elle Woods, and I was just so
Perfection.
wowed. She wowed me.
And then back to the Academy Awards Birdman swept Best Picture, which I thought Boyhood would have Best
too.
Picture since it took like 12 years to make and it had all this hype to it. So, I mean, I was happy. Birdman won. I loved Birdman. It was my top favorite of all the films
Yeah, I
this
watched
year.
it last night, actually.
Okay.
It was good. It was something that you definitely had to pay attention to. You had, like, it wasn't one of those movies you could, well, most movies that win Academy Awards, you have to actually pay attention to, so.
Yes, that's kind of the idea of watching a movie. I also kind of compared it to Black Swan.
Right.
A
It
little.
was sort of Black Swan. It
Yes.
kind of dark. It
was really deep
in
but
some
dark.
senses, deep and dark, and I love the
It was
long
very
shots.
personal.
Yes.
It was a very personal, message to it. So
For sure.
I liked it. I liked it better as it kept winning, if that's that's not weird. Like as I kept thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that actually was really good.
Yeah.
Or, oh, that part I really did like the editing or whatever it was. So
I really thought that Bradley Cooper would have gotten Best Actor, but it went to the guy from
J.K. Simmons, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, it was Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne. Thank
right.
you.
I'm being
Over my head completely. Lost my train of thought there.
He was so good though.
I want to see that movie. Yeah. So.
And also, I was rooting for Emma Stone for Best Supporting Actress. She did not win. However, Emma did an awesome job in Birdman.
Yes.
And I keep forgetting Arquette's last name.
Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, she got supporting actress for Boyhood. She did an awesome job, and her speech too caused some sort of controversy. She was speaking about women's rights and equal wage, and some people were saying, you know, not the time and place for that at the Oscars. Hey, I mean, you have a speech, millions of people are watching you, so why not sort of say something you're passionate about?
Especially it makes it more humbling for her.
Yeah.
It's not all about, I mean, I would go up there and be like, thank you, I love you all.
Thank you. I have no clue what to say. Thanks, Mom, Dad, and all the above.
But she, you know, she took it away from herself. So I think that was a little nice, although I do kind of think it was, I mean, I'm all for it, but I just, maybe a different
Maybe scale it back a little bit.
Meryl Streep was all about it. She stood up and...
She was like pointing.
Yeah. Meryl was like, you get it.
You go, girl. Yeah, so if you have her on your side...
Yeah. I mean, if Meryl is any type of friend of yours or agrees with what you're saying, you are spot on. You're fine. All right, guys. Well, we have an insanely talented singer in studio with us today. Audra McLaughlin is here from The Voice. I'm very excited about that.
Yes, The Voice Season 6. And I'm going to be sitting down with her in a little bit to get a little more in-depth and learn some more about Audra.
Yes, but first, please take a look at Luke talking it up with one of Temple's coolest and most successful alums. Here it is.
Hey guys, I'm here with Tamron Hall. Tamron, thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you for coming to find me in my dressing room.
Yes, no problem. So how does it feel to be back on Temple's campus?
Oh gosh, you know, I think I've been misty-eyed since I got here last night around, 10 o'clock. I came by the campus and just rode around a bit. And it's incredible. I can't quite explain it because I'm in the moment and I'm trying to embrace it and enjoy it and remember what it felt like 20 plus years ago to come to this campus, never having visited Philadelphia and not knowing what the 4 years would bring, but it's an emotional journey. It's home for me though.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, you were born in Texas. What brought you to Temple University in the first place?
It's a very long story, but pretty much my parents said, you're going to Temple. That's where my dad and my mom decided for me, and it was the best decision that they could have made. I think when I got here, I didn't know what to expect. They brought me to the door, and it was up to me to go through it, and I did with the help of some tremendous staff and wonderful people that I met in Philadelphia and on this campus, and they are why I'm back here now with this great honor.
And how do you think your experiences here have helped you in your career so far, your awesome career?
You know what, the location alone really was eye-opening for me. Here you have this beautiful campus, and if you wanted to turn it into a utopia where you came through the gates and had that experience, you could do that. Or you could have the experience of college, but also the real world. When you walked out the door, you saw in the 90s the economic hardships people were facing. You saw that this opportunity to attend a great university was not something that was given. It was truly a luxury for me. And for me, being inside studying and then walking out to the street and taking SEPTA and seeing people every day on their third and fourth jobs, single moms, it reminded me of the journey and my responsibility as a journalist to show every aspect of life. And I don't know if I would have received that experience had I gone to a school in the middle of small town USA and only seen that vantage point.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Temple Talk. Right now I'm sitting here with the beautiful and talented Audra McLaughlin. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me today.
You're welcome. We feel special that you came out and joined us here on Temple's campus. All right, so you're from Delaware County, which is right around the corner from here.
Yes.
Did you like coming to Philly a lot growing up at all? Because it's not too far.
You know what, actually, growing up, I kind of never really ventured out like to the actual city. Besides if I had like shows or like different things like that. But now that I'm getting older, I actually really like coming to the city for dinner or
just a night out. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. All right, so when did you first realize that you had this awesome talent, and what kind of, drived you to really pursue it? What age?
I started singing when I was about 6 years old. I mean, I didn't start singing professionally until when I started taking vocal lessons when I was about 9 or 10. And from there, my vocal teacher at the time would put me in different recitals and stuff at a church, and just all throughout the Delaware County area. And so then after that, I started kind of entering a lot of different local competitions, and kind of went from there. And then kind of as I got older, I joined a few different bands. So I was in an original band when I was 16. It was actually an all-rock original band.
That's different.
Very different from where my genre is now. Mm-hmm. But through there, then I kind of decided to go solo with my career, and I began playing guitar when I was about 17 years old, and I started writing and playing my own music.
Yeah, that was actually the next thing I was going to say. When you picked up the guitar, you automatically fell in love.
Yes.
How much did you think that enhanced your music and your love for music even?
I think definitely when I was able to pick up the guitar and start learning different chords, it actually opened my mind to more creative, thinking with writing and songwriting, because before I never really, wrote songs when I was in my past bands. I had wrote maybe 2 songs, but when I started learning to play guitar is when I really started to develop my songwriting craft.
Yeah, all right, so let's dive right in here. So you're a normal teenage 20-year-old, probably, right, girl going to college, working with your voice coach at the Let There Be Rock School in Delco.
Yes.
And then the voice auditions came up, and what kind of drove you to do it? Was it perfect timing, or?
You know what, I think it was definitely perfect timing, because I had joined the Delco Let There Be Rock School actually about a year ago when I was 22. And I was going there for 2 months with my vocal coach, Melissa Daly, and her husband actually, which is the owner of the school too, came in, and he was like, we kind of got an email from The Voice, and they're looking for different people to try out. So they submitted my videos to the show, and about 2 weeks later, I got a call back to come to New York for a private audition. And that's kind of where it started.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say. Your blind audition, you got all 4 judges to turn around I like The Voice and I watch it a lot. That's a hard thing to do. Not many people get to do it. Adam turned around on your first 5 notes. How did you keep it together? Because you seemed so stoic, and you didn't even really notice that they had turned around yet. It felt
I think the way I always explain it is I kind of went into a blackout, a daze, It was so surreal for me, because I never expected to get an opportunity like that. And I was so nervous that day. And I just remember I was I had rehearsed this song so many times, and I knew that this was my shot, and I had to just do it. And I just stood there, and I was like, did this just happen? I thought it was a dream.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Was Team Blake always the thought process? I mean, when you sang that song, when he gave you his comments, he compared you to his wife, Miranda Lambert. That had to get him some brownie points. I mean, she's one of the queens of country, right?
I love Miranda Lambert. She's one of my favorite country artists. I love her, and Blake's great. He was definitely going into it. If any judge turned around, I mean, I was so thankful if just one or any judge turned around, or any coach. I'm sorry, I totally. But it was when I saw that Blake turn around, I automatically knew that I wanted to go with him, because I want to go into country music, and that's kind of where I feel that the most comfortable.
You made it to top 8, which is a huge accomplishment. But I want to talk about the night that you ended up not advancing. It was right before the semifinals. What was going through your head? Because it couldn't have been easy to hear in front of millions of viewers that you weren't returning. What do you think?
You know what? I think the day of, when it hit me, it was very you're like, oh my God, is this over? Because you get so close with everybody on the set, and all the contestants. I mean, we became like sisters and family, And I think that was the hardest, because everyone lives all over the place, and it was also hard because you're like, oh my God, what do you do from here? But it was just the most amazing experience of my life, and I was so humble and just so like just grateful that I even got the opportunity to make it as far as I did, or even just make it on the show.
Right. Completely.
So it was just, everything was just great.
Yeah. I have one more question for you, and then we'll get to the performance for you.
Thank you.
That I'm sure everybody's waiting for. The song that you're singing today, and the song you sang for your blind audition, Angel from Montgomery, is there something special, some special tie you have to that song?
That was actually a song that, it was one of my favorite songs for a really long time, and I've always been a really big fan of Bonnie Raitt. And I've just felt so connected to that song because just like, I don't know, I just love this song. I don't even know how to explain it, but when I tried out with it, I just knew that it was the right one, and that was actually the one that the producers and everybody decided for me to sing. So it's been kind of like a signature song for me when I, have different shows and stuff.
Well, we're so excited to get to hear you sing it live.
Thank you.
Here for us. When we come back, we'll have Audra McLaughlin here singing live for you guys.
Thank you so much.
And what advice would you give to any college student who's aspiring to work in the television industry?
Work hard and work. You know what? I could give you exactly the time, date, experience that I've had. And if you followed those steps, it would turn out differently for you. So there's no yellow brick road. There's no cobblestone to fall down in front of Mitten Hall lot. You have to work. And I know that sounds so cliche, hard work pays off. You know what? It does. You may not get exactly what you planned to get. I applied my first job, Wall Street Journal. I wanted to work in the print department. They weren't going to hire me as a writer. I think I was delivering. And they said no. And that led me to my first on-air job. So it does pay off. You don't get always exactly what you want, but I am living proof you will get what you need, and you will get your journey that you desire.
Wow, and you are working now. You're on 3 shows. So how do you balance or 4 shows? Excuse me. So how do you balance your schedule in between all of that at one time?
You know what? I surround myself with great friends, people who love and support me. I'm a foodie. I'm a drinky. but moderation. But you know what? I make time. I make time to enjoy my life. And again, going back to my college experience here, I surrounded myself with great students and great friends. We worked our tails off, but you know what? We would go and have a nice time in the city and get back on our grind in the morning. So it's always balanced, and no matter where you are.
Exactly. And all right, I think that's all the time we have. So thank you so much, Tamron, for talking with me.
Thank you. It's an honor. Simple talk.
Thank you. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
Audra McLaughlin.
I'm an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were thunder and lightning was desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. He were much to look at, just a free rambling man.
Silence from Montgomery. Make me a poster, yeah, from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. Believing is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
Hey everybody! Want to know all the latest on entertainment news and celebrity guests coming to Temple University? Then grab your phones and follow Temple Talk on social media. Find out about our future episodes and audience information by following our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow at Temple_Talk on Twitter, Temple Talk TV on Instagram, and like the Temple Talk Facebook page. See you at the next episode of, well, you know.
Thank you again, Audra, for coming here and being on Temple Talk. We had a great time.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. You guys can all see Audra March 7th at Gennady Manor in Dixon City.
Thanks so much, Audra. Again, you sounded beautiful. You guys can check me, Luke, and Marissa out next time right here on
Temple Talk.